Have you ever heard of a book that no one can read? A mystery that has stumped the world's best codebreakers, historians, and linguists for over a century. Well, get ready, because today we're diving into one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles, the Voynich Manuscript. Imagine holding a medieval book, its pages filled with elegant, looping script and bizarre colorful drawings. You see plants that don't exist on Earth, strange astronomical charts, and mysterious diagrams of tiny figures bathing in green liquid. It looks like it holds incredible secrets, but there's just one problem: the language is completely unknown. This isn't just a forgotten dialect, it's a code, a cipher, or a language that has never been seen before or since. That's the Voynich Manuscript for you. This enigmatic book gets its name from Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish book dealer who discovered it in 1912 in a collection from a Jesuit college near Rome. Carbon dating tells us the vellum pages were made in the early 15th century, sometime between 1404 and 1438. But who wrote it, and more importantly, why? The manuscript is about 240 pages long, and it's divided into several sections based on its illustrations. First, there's the herbal section, filled with drawings of fantastical plants. These aren't your typical garden herbs. Some have strange, interlocking root systems, others have leaves and flowers that defy botany. Not a single plant has ever been definitively identified. Are they plants from another world, or just the product of a very wild imagination? Next up is the astronomical section. You'll find circular diagrams that look like zodiacs or celestial maps, with suns, moons, and stars. But the constellations are unrecognizable, the symbols are unique, and the arrangements don't match any known astronomical system. It's like looking at a map of a different universe. Then things get even weirder with the balneological section. This part is filled with intricate drawings of interconnected tubs and pipes, with small, unclothed figures, mostly female, bathing in green or blue fluids. What does it all mean? Is it an ancient spa manual, a guide to alchemy, or something far more esoteric? The scenes are complex and seem to tell a story, but it's a story we can't decipher. There's also a cosmological section with more abstract, circular drawings, often called rosettes. These are some of the most complex illustrations in the book, folding out into large, detailed pages. They could represent galaxies, microscopic organisms, or even a map of a mythical land. No one knows for sure. Finally, we have the pharmaceutical section, with more drawings of plant parts like roots and leaves next to what look like apothecary jars. This suggests the book might be a medical or alchemical text, a compendium of remedies, and the last section is just continuous text, with no illustrations, just paragraph after paragraph of that mysterious script. So who could have created such a masterpiece of mystery? The theories are as wild as the illustrations themselves. Some people believe it was the work of the 13th century English philosopher Roger Bacon, a man who was fascinated by codes and alchemy, but the carbon dating puts the book's creation well after his death. Another popular theory points to a young Leonardo da Vinci, creating his own secret code to document his revolutionary ideas. The timing is a little off, but the sheer genius and creativity in the manuscript do feel a bit like Leonardo. Over the years, the manuscript has passed through some very interesting hands. Correspondence found with the book suggests it was once owned by the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II, a man obsessed with alchemy and the occult. He supposedly paid a huge sum for it, believing it was the work of Roger Bacon. From there, its journey is a bit murky, until it resurfaced with Wilfrid Voynich. Of course, with a mystery this deep, you're going to get some far-out theories. Some people believe the manuscript is a hoax. Maybe Voynich himself created it to make a fortune, but the complexity of the script and the age of the materials make that highly unlikely. Creating such a detailed and consistent fake would have been an incredible feat in the early 20th century. Another, more modern hoax theory suggests it was created in the 15th century by an clever trickster to fool a wealthy patron like Emperor Rudolf. The idea was to create something that looked profound and ancient, filled with nonsensical text and imaginary drawings, just to make a quick buck. This theory is compelling because it explains why no one can read it. There is simply nothing to read. The script would be meaningless gibberish, beautifully written to look like a real language. But many linguists disagree. They point to the structure of the text. It follows certain linguistic rules. Some words appear more frequently than others, just like in any real language. Certain letter combinations are common, while others are rare. The text has a natural flow and structure that suggests it isn't just random scribbling. It feels like it means something. This is where the codebreakers come in. During World War II, some of the best cryptographers from the team that cracked the German Enigma code tried their hand at the Voynich manuscript. They failed. In the decades since, with the advent of powerful computers, countless attempts have been made to decipher it using statistical analysis and artificial intelligence. Researchers have tried everything. They've hypothesized it's a known language written in a complex cipher. They've suggested it's a lost language that was never recorded anywhere else. Some even think it's a glossolalia where someone writes in a trance-like state, creating what looks like a language but is actually non-communicative. In recent years, AI has offered some intriguing, though unconfirmed, breakthroughs. One team of researchers used machine learning to analyze the text and claimed it was an ancient form of Hebrew, written in a cipher. Another study suggested it was a proto-Romance language. A few years ago, a historian proposed a theory that it was a health manual for a wealthy woman, written in a sort of blended, unvocalized language. Each of these claims created a huge buzz, but so far none have been able to provide a full, verifiable translation of even a single page. The mystery endures. The manuscript's allure is undeniable. It's a perfect storm of mystery, history, and art. It's a puzzle that challenges our fundamental understanding of language and communication. Every detail, from the bizarre plants to the bathing ladies, seems to whisper a secret just beyond our reach. What do you think it is? Is it a lost alchemical text, a guide to an alien world, an elaborate 15th century prank, or something else entirely? The truth is, the Voynich Manuscript is a mirror. It reflects our own desire to find meaning and order in the unknown. It reminds us that even in our modern age of information, there are still profound mysteries left to solve. Perhaps one day, someone, maybe even one of you watching, will find the key. Maybe the answer is hidden in plain sight, and we just haven't looked at it the right way. Until that day comes, the Voynich Manuscript will remain history's most beautiful and baffling enigma. A book written in the language of secrets. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you're fascinated by historical mysteries like this one, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Let me know your theories about the Voynich Manuscript in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Until next time, stay curious.